Welcome back to the Amazing Survivors podcast with Tremaine and Tremaine. We got Whitney, we got Josh back with us, and we're going to talk about the first episode of The Amazing Race, season 36. So, second time ever they started outside the U.S. for The Amazing Race. Can you remember the other time?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Oh yeah, Josh has never seen it. That's probably why. So, I think it was either their 33 or 34. They started in Germany. Yeah. And the only reason I remember that is because it was during COVID. The challenges were biscuits easy. And I was like, holy crap, I could destroy all these teams by myself.
That was your season. You should have
Oh
been
my
on that
gosh,
one.
you're telling me. But yes, they started in Germany for that season, which was fun. So they started in Mexico, which is kind of cool, on the beach. Okay, right off the top, who's your team?
To win it all?
To win it all.
Juan and Shane.
Juan and Shane, Air Force pilots.
Yeah.
That's what I can't remember their name, but I was just gonna say pilots.
Yeah, yeah. That's who I would pick as well.
They had a little bit of a rough start.
They did, but they made up for it.
Yeah, they jumped up there.
They did. Good to see their athletic ability. Okay, did you guys think, this is getting ahead of ourselves, spoiler if you want to wait till the end, but did you think the siblings were going home first?
No. I didn't think they would get far, but I was surprised that they went home first.
How about you, Josh?
I was thinking like the old the dad and the daughter that has a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, Chris and Myra.
Yeah, I thought they were going home.
Yeah, that was a good guess too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised. The siblings. I mean, they're students, they're young, but my goodness, what a train wreck!
Their sense of direction, not great.
Terrible. But we'll get into that here pretty quick. Okay, so I thought the first team out would have been Danny and Angie, the mom and daughter, or mom and son.
Yeah, same.
Which they did way better than I thought they would, which was kind of exciting.
Yeah.
So I did love Chris and Myra running to the cars, and Chris, you were just sliding into home. And I was like, that was so smooth. He's going to be all right. But man, that was a beautiful dive. Okay.
He recovered well.
Would you guys, like you're driving in a different country, would you be the driver or the navigator?
I would prefer to be the driver.
Okay.
If I have a good navigator.
Oh.
True. Depends on who you're running with.
I would be the driver.
You'd be the driver?
Yeah,
Okay.
especially if different country because I don't know the language and the map would be.
Yeah.
I'd be the navigator. I'm really good with directions. But in the event that we're driving on the other side of the road, I would definitely be the driver because I've done that, no problems, and we would not get in a wreck. But yeah, I would probably be the navigator.
Do you think you could also be fine doing that if there was a stick shift? If you have to shift on the other side? No problem.
The reason why, I served a mission, LDS mission in Ireland, and we had those exact same cars.
Oh, yeah.
Stick shift, other side of the road,
Left side.
easy peasy. I got right in. Woo! Off we went. No problem.
I have a little problem.
I also grew up driving stick shift, so
I can drive a stick.
that's not a
I
big
just can't imagine doing
Switching everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty
Gas.
easy. Yeah, it's
I
simple.
didn't think of it. Yeah.
All right, so they have to drive to the town square, if you will, the middle of the city center. Personally, for me, I'm going to stop at a gas station, either buy a map, or I'm going to talk to someone with a phone, and from a phone write down the directions so I can get to where I want to go.
Yeah.
That is going to be more advantageous and quicker for me personally to get to where I need to go.
Right.
Yeah.
So why you think it's smart just to keep driving when you're bloody lost is beyond me.
Yeah. Are you talking about the siblings?
Oh yeah.
Like how far they went?
Well, not just them. I think there's a couple teams that were way off track.
Yeah. I mean, I can see like on the first leg, you're like kind of blown away like by what you're even doing. Like you're kind of in a surreal spot. So like I can see not really knowing what you're doing that first leg. But if I drove, yeah, it just feels like they drove for so long before they were like, you know what?
We should turn around.
Let's stop and ask. Like,
even before you start, you're like, oh, let's go ask the worker here. Like, how did you get here again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not only that, but you also have to be aware, and I think that this is where I'd be good at navigating is, like, we are not heading towards a city center.
Yeah.
The roads are not as congested.
Yeah.
There's not as much traffic. The buildings aren't as big. We got to flip this sucker around.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, they say they've gone to different cities with just maps. Dog, what cities are you going to? Like Wichita, Kansas? Come on.
Can we talk about though how painful that like 50-point turn
Oh
was?
my gosh. That's the okay.
That was
Let's talk about it.
I was so miserable watching them do that.
Oh, and you bump the back bumper. Like, dude, sister, one person get out and you back that sucker up.
Yes.
Back it up to the next road.
Reverse
Flip
all
it
the way.
around. Hello. That would have saved you guys. You would have still been in the race, and Benny and Amber would have gone home.
Yeah.
For sure. But nope.
Cause
Idiots.
What's his name? Rohan?
Yeah.
He was really good at jumping through those ropes. They would have
They smoked him.
Yeah.
Smoked him.
Yeah.
That was your downfall. So
I bet it haunts them to this day.
it should. Get another map. Ask someone directions.
Learn how to reverse.
And did they know Spanish?
Yeah.
Dog! Killing me. Killing me. Okay. So they get to the first challenge. Rocking horses or the lucha libres. The wrestlings.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do?
I probably would have gone for the luchadors.
The luchadors.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I have a pretty good memory. And
Yeah.
I think I would prefer to do that over... Like, I mean, I guess there's always an advantage to doing the physical one because you know that it's just a task you have to do.
Yeah.
Like, and then with the memory ones, you're like, I don't know if we're going to be good at this.
Yeah. How much do I have to memorize?
Yeah. So there's always that risk. Like, I think if you ever are not sure, probably go with the physical one because you know that it's just, it might take you a while, but you'll do it.
Like, depending on who I'm running with, I probably would have done the physical one.
Yeah.
But seeing the luchadors ones, I was like, oh my gosh, you could have smoked through that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, read the clue, make sure you understand like what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then once you bring it out, like, oh, who's versus who? Yeah, you won't get on the first one, but by Jove, the second or third one, you should be done.
Yeah.
Because there's
and it's
only
happening every 5 minutes. So you're talking like 15 minutes tops.
Yeah.
That you're going to spend at this challenge. Whereas like the horse one.
You had to walk up the bloody hill.
Forever.
Yeah, you had to go up the hill.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris almost had a heart attack going up.
Yeah.
And then you had to bring it down, these heavy horses, and I think everybody tipped one over.
Them. Like, yeah.
The disassemble part is not a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, whoop, done.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. But yeah, just getting to there and then bringing it all the way back would have taken longer for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, also, would you ever go, oh, sorry, do you want to answer
No, go ahead.
Okay. Like, whenever they say, like, there's only a certain number, like, there were only 7 pairs of horses, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you know if you get there, you can't do it. Like, at what point in your race that you're running would you be like, not worth it to even check? Like, because you don't know exactly where you are. But if you felt like you were towards the back of the pack, like, wouldn't you just be like, we're not even going to try, we're going to the luchador?
That's why I feel like Juan and Shane should have never chose the horses because they could see there was one more clue in the clue box. And they're like, shoot, we are at the very back.
Yeah.
Forget the horses. Yeah, we could power through that. But we got to go through this because there's only 7. But I think some of these teams are so caught up in trying to get there, they don't read through all the details until they get to the actual place. And then they're like, oh, there's only 7? Crap.
Yeah.
Shoot, why did I do this?
Yeah.
And then they lose more time. And so sometimes, it's better. Take a spot, take 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
You and your partner read through that clue, get all your details and ducks in a row. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Let's go.
Which one girl later learned the hard way.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Huge mistake.
Rookie Karishma. So, yeah, I think the Air Force pilots, I mean, they did fine. Yeah. But they could have done a little bit better had they done that. Mm. But Yeah, I love the luchadors. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, it was very fun to watch.
Oh my gosh,
It was a good
those guys
challenge.
are awesome. The horse ones seem pretty easy.
Yeah.
So, and then they go to the roadblock. Okay, say you're racing with Jamie.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have her do it, or are you gonna do it?
I would probably have had her do it.
Okay, I can see why.
Yeah. Although, like, I guess when you show up, you don't know that you're going to be jumping through hoops.
Very limited information on what you're going to do.
Yeah. I think that, I don't know, I feel like with Jamie especially, like, we're both athletic. Like, I don't think it actually would have mattered which one of us did it.
Yeah.
I think
Like,
we both would have
if I was
crushed it.
racing with like Josh or say Tron,
Mhm.
like I probably would have done it. Like, okay, rodeo, cool, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
I've been around horses, I've been around cows. I can ride a cow.
Can you do a lasso?
I can do it over my head. Now to lasso a cow,
Because when they first, yeah, right.
that
When
would
they
have
first
tough.
like read the clue though, like I thought that's what they were gonna have to do, and I was like, I would be there forever if I had to like lasso something.
Or if you had to like do this and then
Go
whip it
through
through
it.
and jump
Uh-huh.
through, I feel like I could have done that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's impressive.
But
Yeah, because the rope for like doing that is a lot stiffer than
Yeah.
like
yeah.
any other.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Sure.
And so yeah, I don't know. It comes to that point where it's like, okay, what's your strengths? What's my strengths?
Yeah.
Who could really do this the best and get us ahead? But yeah, I feel like it wasn't that hard of a challenge.
Yeah.
Isn't it so funny how some people just struggled and then some
Like,
people went through their first try?
So was it the Danny that did like 19 tries?
Was it 19?
Something like that. I saw like
Well-
one that was super high. I was like, jeez.
Yeah, there was someone that did a
Rough.
million, and then that girl who she took forever. What's her name? Karishma.
Charisma.
She took forever and finally made it through, and then didn't have that handkerchief on. And I was like, oh my god.
Which is hilarious because the hats and the handkerchiefs are right
I
there.
know.
So read the clue, pay attention.
I know.
But I love it where she's like, where's my clue? And they're like, hey, give me my clue! Just throw it!
And then her cousin's like, I knew this would be a problem.
Yeah.
She doesn't read.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a problem the whole way.
Yeah.
So
If I was her cousin, like after that first challenge, I'd be like, I am reading all the clues from now on,
Yeah.
and then I'll tell you what to do.
and you just sit here and we're gonna talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rod and Letitia. Oh wait, Mega Leg. Do you love the Mega Leg right off the bat?
Yeah, I think it's great because I feel like they now have gotten like a little taste of like, you know, all right, we made it to the mat, we made it to Phil, but like then you have to keep going. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it adds kind of just the element of the first leg. Like I
Yeah.
think they just
And I like
Yeah,
it just
keep going.
because, I mean, you should be fresh. It's your first leg.
yeah.
So there should be no problem continuing
And
on.
it clearly didn't take them all day. Like
No.
there was still plenty of sunlight. Like
Oh, yeah.
I feel like a lot of times the legs have to end because it's like the end of a day.
Yeah. And the next thing isn't going to open till like 5 or 6 a.m. the next
Right.
day anyway. But I do love that they still eliminated a team right then and there, and they couldn't continue. And
Mhm.
so I was wondering, I was like, are they really going to eliminate one?
Yeah.
Or are they going to continue on and eliminate them next week? But I
was
did like
wondering
that they
that
eliminated them. And
They have
later,
a very,
siblings.
They have a very nice sibling bond. I
They do.
appreciated that they love
They
each
do.
other so much and they're ride or dies, but it did not help them in the end.
It did not. So Rod and Letitia take first, which was pretty surprising in the sense that I felt like Ricky and Caesar were ahead of them a good bit,
Mm-hmm.
but they probably just outran them at the end.
Yeah,
Derek and Shalisa third.
I like them.
Juan and Shane all the way to fourth after being in 12th, which
Mhm.
was a huge jump because they just destroyed that
The rope.
the ropes.
Yeah.
Like they lapped so many teams right there.
Uh-huh.
It was hilarious.
It was great.
And then Michelle and Sean, Double Dutch team, come in fifth. Yvonne and Melissa sixth. Angie and Danny seventh, which I was very
Shocker.
surprised. Anthony and Bailey eighth, which
That's about where I would have put them.
see I had them as my number 2 team,
Oh, really?
and now watching them I'm like, oh shoot.
I think
probably
they're
not-
going to be entertaining, but they seem a little ditzy.
Oh yeah, very ditzy. Sunny and Busy I love that team.
Yeah.
The Firefighters. They come in 9th. Kishori and Karishma 10th. Chris and Mary 11th. Amber and Vinny 12th.
Yikes.
And you could have been gone if those siblings had gotten their directions right.
Very true.
But I was very surprised that Amber and Vinny did not do so hot.
Yeah, I thought they would be better.
So did I.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna make it through the next leg, and we can talk about that because, oh man, the foreshadowing of what's gonna happen next leg is pretty evident, and I'm not surprised. So it shows Chris sitting down and just, I think he needs some oxygen, to be honest, because he is just dying. And then Angie, the mom, lays down and is totally out. And Phil references the heat getting to people. And yeah,
that
they're
Mexican sun.
I know it's in October down there, so yeah, it's going to be in the 80s, 90s for sure.
Yeah.
And so that's why I don't think Danny, Angie, Chris, Mariah are going to make it much farther.
Yeah.
Just because the older people are not.
Humidity, the heat.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to survive
They
that.
rarely make it that far.
Yeah.
Like really last season with that father-daughter duo, that's honestly like the furthest I think I've ever seen
Yeah, it was impressive.
them make it. Yeah.
Super impressive.
Yeah.
So, okay, who do you think's going to win the Mega League? Who's going to come in first and second?
I think Juan and Shane will pull it out.
Juan,
I
Shane
think
will
that they
continue
jumped
on?
already to 4th, and I think that they now have like that taste of victory in their sight, and they're gonna go for it.
Okay. Who do you think, Josh? You can say Juan and Shane too. It's okay. Like, I think Rod and Letitia are going to continue forward and win. Yeah.
I do like them more than I thought I would.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
Yeah.
And they've already got the jump. They're running smooth. So I think they're gonna make it. Okay, who's going home?
I think it's a toss-up between those two. I'll say Chris and Maria.
Okay.
I think Chris and Maria are out.
All right.
Vinny and the other.
Vinny and Amber.
Amber.
Oh, okay.
You don't think they can recover
They can't
from
recover,
last place?
So.
Okay. I'm going to go Danny and Angie because I think Mama Angie, you are done. You're spent and you're done. But that's okay. I think she's 55, so it is what it is.
Yeah. Do you also think of Danny Ainge every time that you see their names on the screen?
Oh. Actually, I did not. But that is
I think that every time that their names pop up.
Is that because you played at BYU?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
And Phoenix, and I'm from Arizona.
Double win. Double
I like
win.
Danny Ainge.
So, yeah, I think that's who's going to go home and who's going to win. But I love the Amazing Race.
Me too.
It's always entertaining. Oh, after Mexico, where do you think they go?
Oh, good question. Do you have a guess?
Now, just FYI, it's all like Central, South America, Caribbean.
Oh,
That's where they go the entire race.
And he did say we should also make guesses of the 2 countries they've never been to before.
I already know what they are.
Oh, really?
Cheater. How do you know?
No, I just do research. It's not hard.
Do you read spoilers?
No.
Okay.
No. I do not like that.
Okay.
But as far as countries, I know where they're going.
Boring.
Do you want me to give you some?
Yeah.
Some
I
hints.
would.
You could choose Argentina. You could choose Colombia. You could choose Barbados, Uruguay. You could choose the Dominican Republic. What would you like?
I'd go with Argentina.
Okay.
I think. Do I have to pick one that you listed?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I think they're gonna go to Chile.
Okay. I think they're going to Colombia.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's where they're going next.
Cool.
From what I read.
Colombia.
Get yourself some coffee.
So each episode is in a different location?
Sometimes.
Okay.
It just depends on how they break it up. But sometimes, yes, they go from one country to another and continue on.
And it doesn't have to connect. It was just...
No.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's south of Mexico?
Yeah. No, they hop around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, like this next episode will still be in Mexico because they're doing
Yeah.
the mega leg. So-
But they might do some sort of challenge, and then they have to go get their plane tickets to go to another country.
Oh,
They go to that other country and then do another challenge or two, then to the mat back to Phil. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Me too.
I'm glad it's back on.
Yeah.
It's fun to talk about.
I know, I love it.
So, well, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, comment, tell us who you think is going to win and who's going to get voted out. Who's going to not show up and get sent home. But this is the Amazing Survivors Podcast, and we'll see you next week.